Yo, what am I wearing? I have blushy cheeks like an anime girl now? Thanks, Jagex. I love it. Hey everyone, what's going on? Nick here, getting into the Christmas spirit, but more importantly, the Christmas event, specifically the items that come with it, are actually quite expensive. I've made a video on the Christmas cracker in the past, but this is the rewards for completing the Christmas event currently. That is over 600k, though I do imagine prices are probably going down, so if I were to complete it and sell all this on the Grand Exchange, it probably wouldn't be worth 600k. That being said, it is probably still worth quite a bit. And I just finished the Christmas event and it doesn't take too much time, probably 2 to 3 minutes if you were to like speed run and everything. So I want to see how many accounts I can get to complete the Christmas event all today, because I feel like if I wait too long, it won't be worth it. So I want to complete the Christmas event as many times as possible today and as many accounts as possible today, sell off all of the goods, and see how much money we can make. So let's get into it. This is this year's Christmas event located between Barbarian Village and Falador if you were looking for it. And I think what I'm going to just go ahead and do is run through it once on this account. And then once I've run through it once with you guys, I'm going to log into as many accounts as I possibly can, probably make some new accounts as well, and just do it all on that account, get all the loot all together and sell it off and see how much money we can make. So let's get started with this account. To get started, you first want to talk to Mr. Gus Mistletoe here, obviously a play on words with mistletoe, and we can start the Christmas event, after which we're going to go ahead and talk to Santa Claus. Santa Claus will basically just allow you to enter through this portal once you end up talking to him. Before Santa lets you in, however, you have to solve a riddle, and there is a lot of riddles through this thing. I believe the first answer will be frostbite. Once you enter, just go ahead and talk to Santa's scribe to start the first minigame. The first minigame is basically trying to fill everyone's sack with 100 coal, and there's spawn quantities of 20 and 40 coal, and you have to also make sure that you don't fill your sack to 100 coal or you lose. So for example, I picked up 20 coal, I go ahead and give it to him, now he has 20 coal and I have 0. It's actually really easy as the AI doesn't really do too much. Like this guy's trying to gun for me, but he's not really going to ever make it there. It's a really easy event. Just fill everyone's sack up, and you really shouldn't have to worry about too much about filling your sack up to 100. But if you wanted to play it safe, probably just don't ever get to 80 and you'll be fine. After you fill everyone's sack up to 100, you're going to get another riddle, which the answer is a snowman, and then you can move on to the next challenge, which is right over here. This challenge is an interesting one. Basically, a bunch of cookies are going to be flying out of here, and the goal is kind of mixed. You want to fill your sack with good cookies and fill his sack with bad cookies, and this guy constantly tries to put bad cookies in your sack, so you kick him to stop him. I think it's a little abusive, but it is what it is, and I think this person here tries to steal your good cookies, so it's, again, not really that hard. They made it a event, so like children can get through this without no problem. So as long as you just try to get the good cookies, and the red ones, which are the bad cookies, you just try to put it into his, and then you can kick this guy if you want every now and then just for fun. You should be fun. After you went ahead and filled your hopper correctly, then you have yet another riddle, which the answer is a candle. Then once you have that, we are on to our final challenge, which is a snowball fight. Just talk to the snowball champion and you'll get into a bunch of dialogue. Once you get into the dialogue, your Gus that you helped get in to start with is going to want to have a sidebar with you, where you're basically saying that he cheats and all stuff like that. That's how he's able to make it as far as he did, I believe. And basically the goal of this minigame is to pelt people with snowballs and avoid snowballs yourself. Again, there's like a shadow when you're about to get hit, so it's very easy to dodge. And then there's also golden snowballs like the golden snitch in Harry Potter, which you can pick up, which are worth a lot of points if you hit people with it. So if every time you see a gold snowball, go for that, and it's a pretty simple minigame. Once you've beaten the snowball competition, you're going to get into a little bit of dialogue where you can choose to win or lose depending on what you want. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change the story at all. If you win, then this guy gets knocked out and you have to talk to him in the bar. If you lose, it is whatever it is, and this guy wins instead. I always choose the win since I never lose. Now that we've done that, to claim your reward, just go ahead and talk to Gus in here, and he is going to give you your reward. There we are. The event has been completed, and we have gotten yet again another giant stack of rewards. Let's just go ahead and throw that in the price checker. It looks like it hasn't changed since I price checked it literally a few seconds ago. So now the goal is to log into as many accounts as I can find, and probably create some new accounts as well. If they're even able to do the event, maybe they will, maybe they won't be able to, but there's only one way to find out, and let's go ahead and give that a try. After a long time of figuring out what password goes to which account, I have logged into 6 different accounts. As you can see here, I do have them all following each other. And funny enough, I don't think I'm the only one doing this. As you can see here, there's a guy, look at the top left screen, with he just has multiple like sizes of like a file as like his different accounts. He has 512 gigabytes, 496, 2048, and they all like double every single time. I really like that a lot. So yeah, I'm not the only one, but I do only have 6 accounts, and I definitely have more accounts available to me. So let me see how much more I can squeeze into the screen. Well, after a lot of account recovery, we have got 10 different accounts. I have no idea how this is going to go because I've never multi-logged this much before. In fact, I don't even think I've multi-logged at all. I'm very much a person who doesn't like to multi-log, but I figured it'd be fun for this event. So let's get started. See how fast I can complete this event. It's going to be pretty tricky since some of these, it feels like if I AFK too long, I'll lose, like the coal one. I may just fill my sack with coal, but let's give it a go. Oh no, I got the quiz random on one of my accounts. I don't know which account it is, but I want to do the quiz random because I can get the stale baguette. I think you can still get the stale baguette. I believe it's a free-to-play item. Unfortunately, no stale baguette, just 500 coins. What I ended up doing is it didn't require too much attention, so I was able to do 2 accounts at the same time. That way I could do it at least double as fast or twice as fast. So I think that's what I'm going to do through all 3 minigames. None of them seemed super intense. So there we are. We have completed the first minigame on all 10 accounts here. And it's definitely a struggle, but 1 out of 3. There we are. We got the second challenge completed on all 10 counts. This one was a lot more annoying. I kind of did have to focus just one window at a time because there was so much going on. You had to kick the guy whenever he was about to put crumbs. There was a girl that would steal your items. You'd have to focus what's on the ground. It just was very difficult to do 2 at the same times, but luckily it was impossible to lose. So I was able to start one and then start the second. And by the time the second started, I had to wait the 10-second countdown. So I got a good progress done in the first window and then went to the second, so on and so forth. So it wasn't too bad. Like, it definitely didn't feel like I did it 10 different times, but it was definitely this a lot slower than the coal one. But we only have one left, which is the snowball challenge, and I think this one's going to be a lot easier. Well, there we are. We have now completed the snowball event on all the accounts, and that one was a lot more forgiving because you could take damage so many times. Definitely way better than the second event, the first event, and the third event. Definitely could have been like semi-AFK'd and like done in the background type stuff. So very nice for 3 accounts. It took about an hour to get all of this done, so was it worth it? For free to play, absolutely. For members, there's probably better things to do. It's probably easier just to kill Vorkath for an hour. That being said, but let's actually get the items and sell them off and see how that does. You guys will not believe what just happened. Unfortunately, I was not recording, but I did get a sandwich lady random event, and look at that. We got ourselves a stale baguette on one of these accounts. That's actually insane. I was just in the middle of drop trading a few of the items. A little bit of a hiccup because I had to do some quests in order to drop trade some of them, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Most of these accounts are actually progressed, so it wasn't that much I had to do. But yeah, we just got a stale baguette on one of the accounts. So how much is that worth nowadays? Looks like it's gone down quite a bit since the update, but a nice 700k for free. We'll take that. Definitely won't count it into the total profits, but very interesting for sure. I also wanted to show it in the collection log because this is one of my accounts that has very little progress on it. And one cool thing is if we go here, we have 1 item in the collection log, and it is actually the stale baguette. You have received 1 stale baguette. The only item in the collection log. There's like a lot of collection log hunters that this is one of the last items they end up getting, and this might end up first. So pretty amazing, if I must say so myself. After a bit of questing on a few of the accounts I didn't have the requirements for, we now have all of the items on a singular account. So let's just go ahead and do a price check real quick and take out the stale baguette because I don't expect anyone who was looking to maybe replicate this to do a stale baguette. I should note though, if you are planning on replicating this, just keep in mind these accounts kind of need to be pre-existing. I think in order to trade, you need to have 10 quest points, 100 total levels, and like 20 hours of playtime. The first 2 isn't too hard, but 20 hours of playtime can be a decent bit. So just keep that in mind if you plan to do this yourself. You can't really trade the items off unless you have that. Fortunately for me, all the accounts I have, I've been actively playing on. And also, if you do have membership on the account or have had membership on the account, then you don't need the following requirements to trade people. So 7.4 mil, I'm probably not going to get anywhere close to that. I'm hoping Christmas crackers are still worth a decent amount. I imagine they're going down pretty rapidly. That's why I wanted to do this on the day of the release of the Christmas event. And everything else isn't worth too much, but it still adds up. So let's just go ahead and sell everything and see how much we get. I have finished selling everything on the Grand Exchange. Unfortunately, I did have to change some prices because the Santa hats sold at the start for around 6k, but I did have to eventually lower it to 4k. But if you actually look, I got pretty decent deals. So the trick was I actually changed all my party hats for sets, and they were going for a lot more, I assume, just because people were already buying sets, and there's a buy limit of 5 per 4 hours. So a lot of people probably before the event came out probably had pre-existing offers, those of the people who collect those items. So I made over a mil on the party hats, which is quite insane. And then we go into the Christmas crackers. We made almost 4 mil. So already we've got 5 mil. Then we add in the Santa hats, which weren't worth a whole lot. So in total, we made just under 5 mil, probably could have made 5 mil in about an hour doing this. So definitely worth it. But do keep in mind that this is the first day, not even the first day, but the first few hours of the event being live. So as the event goes on and these items continue to go down in price, don't expect to make 5 mil in an hour if you do this on 12 accounts. And we also got ourselves the stale baguette. So in total, we got a nice 5.6 mil in just over an hour of time. So definitely worth it. I do hope you guys enjoyed watching though, because I've never multi-logged before, and having 12 accounts, or I guess 10 accounts at the exact same time was definitely something, an experience to be sure. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a bit. I've been very busy in real life, and I should be able to upload the next episode of the Timican Shadow series very soon. With that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.